Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And AdvBlueDude.
And tonight we are getting weird on 21st century music with a review of Weird Al Yankovic's Mandatory Fun. Yeah! How are you tonight, Victor Blue Dude?
I am good.
You are good.
Yes.
That's a response you always give. Mix it
Yeah.
up a little.
Okay. You know what? I'm just god-awful.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
hopefully Weird Al can raise your spirits in that case.
No. No.
No, it's all over for you.
Yeah.
Death just broke you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's make this a healing process.
Okay.
All right. So for starters, we're talking about, of course, we're talking about Weird Al's chart-topping, very first chart-topping album, Mandatory Fun, just released this last month.
Late July, yeah.
And but before we talk about the album itself, I have a very limited knowledge of Weird Al. I've only known a couple of his songs. Like, of course, I knew stuff like Yoda growing up, and really, Yoda was about it until White and Nerdy hit, and then with White and Nerdy, it was more kind of like the music video more than the actual artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I very much, after this album, I'm gradually going back and looking at his previous work. But Adventure Blue Dude, on your side of things, what's your history with Weird Al?
I first discovered Weird Al Yankovic when I was 13 or 14.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe I was 11 or 12. I don't know. I was around that age, but the first song I listened to him was not White and Nerdy, Gangster Amish Paradise, and that was a wonderful song, and even better because I live 4 hours away from Amish country.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Is there in fact an Amish mafia?
I don't know. I mean, I've never seen them, but of course I don't go there every day. I only go there very occasionally. But there are Amish people, and they don't drive cars. They do, however, use cell phones, I learned. But yeah, like, I listened to that White Nerdy, like eBay, all that bullshit that everyone listened to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of stopped until Alpocalypse came out, which is a great album, especially Skipper Dan. That's a hilarious song. But
I still have yet to hear that song.
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, especially for like a Disney fan.
Okay.
But that Mandatory Fun, I saw him in concert as well. Like one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Oh,
Like, seriously.
nice.
It's a great fun concert.
Uh-huh.
And then Mandatory Fun came out. And here we are today.
All right, so you don't really have a lot of experience with like for me, what I've been going back and listening to is I've been going back. I've been spending a lot of time with two in particular, with Running with Scissors and with Bad Hair Day.
Yeah.
I love the Saga Begins. Very into that right now.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's amazing that's like people were legitimately trying to find out spoilers about Star Wars from Weird Al. And
No, it was accurate.
spoilers.
Yeah. What?
Or
What?
maybe it was just the writing process. I know for a fact that Weird Al actually looked up spoilers for.
Oh yeah, yeah. He paid to see an advanced screening.
Yeah, and he attended to
Yeah.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, but to tell you the truth, something I've noticed with his albums is it's like, I don't really think they're all that well put together most of the time. In all honesty.
No, neither do I. I mean, I don't really think they're meant to be though. They're
Yeah,
just meant to be comedy albums. Really, I feel.
but my argument with that is that you have people like Tenacious D who come
Well,
out, come out with a comedy album, and it's just like, it's rock solid, and it's completely filled with laughs, and it's also runs together as an album.
I mean, that I would say is a little bit different.
Yeah. Uh,
This Tenacious D's, I would suppose, yeah, they're more of an act, I suppose you could say. Not to say that Weird Al isn't, but like it's hard to describe. Just with what they do, it's different from what he does because they do entirely original things.
yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like I very much fear that, like, especially like with something like this album, it's like I love it right now. What's gonna happen when some of these songs that he's parodying become dated?
well, I mean that's half the songs that he's parodied in
Exactly.
the past.
Oh,
It hasn't changed it, and it hasn't changed anything
um,
to
I
me
think
at
in a
least.
way it kind of just makes this like when songs that he parodies kind of fall out of the limelight, it kind of just makes his versions of those songs all the more memorable, wouldn't you
Oh
say?
yeah, it does. It's really interesting to see how all these songs that he parodies get lost to the wayside. Yet his but his versions of them endure for like tens and tens of years.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, really interesting stuff. And it, yeah, like as a middle schooler, I was stupid because I was just like, oh, Weird Al, he doesn't have any talent. All he's doing is just ripping off other people and blah 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 blah. I didn't like him at all. I really didn't get his shtick.
Yeah,
But now, as an adult, I can totally appreciate it. I can totally appreciate what he's doing. I think most of the parodies he does, even of songs I really enjoy, like
yeah.
at this point, I'd probably rather listen to Saga Begins than American Pie,
Oh yeah. Huh.
just because Saga Begins is just so fucking fun, you know.
Hmm.
And it's like I love American Pie, but I don't know. So it's just it's a fascinating thing with him how his music has been able to endure and even become more timeless than the stuff that he's parodied. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that in mind, you want to get into the album?
Sure. Sure.
All right, take us through it.
The first song is Handy, which is a parody of Iggy Azalea's Fancy.
Hmm.
This one's okay.
I like it. I think it's a good way to start the album out. It really kind of like because I a lot of the times when I listen to music, I'll be listening to music doing chores and stuff, like with my
Mhm.
iPod, and so this is just a perfect like put on this album. It's a perfect first song to get into the mood of doing work. Like I'll just find myself just like around the backyard, just sweeping up and just being like, I'm so handy.
Yeah. Huh.
um, I've only heard the Iggy Azalea version. Like, I'm not disfamiliar with it, but I've only heard it a few times. I'm not that into Iggy Azalea.
No,
Um,
I mean, to be totally honest, I don't listen to modern music.
there's a couple on here that I'm pretty familiar with, but I'll point
Yeah.
them out. But yeah, I think it's a fun time. Definitely. I don't know. Not much to say.
It's not. I really like the video to it.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
At first, I hated it until I got the joke. But,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Oh God.
It's a really good video, though. Yeah. Just really not a whole lot to say about this one. The next song is Lame Claim to Fame, which
Yeah.
is a style parody of Southern culture on the skids.
I'm not a big fan of this one.
I actually really like this one.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
interesting that we kind of disagree. Yeah, to me, this is kind of one of the weaker ones on the album for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think maybe it's just because the structure of the song is a little repetitive. Because
Yeah, it is.
it's just like, hey, here's these obligatory like lame claims to fame, and then
Yeah.
here's the chorus. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. And I absolutely do not know what this is trying to take off of. Like, I don't know what the skid thing is. Is that a band?
Uh, what the hell is the band again? The band is Southern Culture on the Skids. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah,
but
I've
they're
never heard of them either.
yeah,
Looks like they're kind of rockabilly.
yeah, it
I mean, I
seems
guess
like
that
that.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like, it doesn't, I don't know. I guess it just threw me off because I'm not into this music at all. I'm really not. I don't really like rockabilly at all.
yeah,
So I guess that's why I just didn't care for the song. Source material is definitely funny.
yeah.
To tell you the truth, I think it'd be a little bit funnier if the narrator of the song didn't realize that these were lame claims to fame. Like I think it'd be funnier if it was just like a list of all these claims to fame, and he more played it up like, "Oh, isn't this awesome?"
Yeah.
I don't know, but then again, I don't know how you'd have the chorus, so.
Yeah. I mean,
All
it's
right.
it's a good
Next song.
song. Yeah. The next song, sorry, the next song is Foil, which is a parody of Royals by Lord.
Oh, this is actually one of the ones that I'm very familiar with. I actually do like the Lord album that came out last year. I did listen to it.
Oh,
Not like I wouldn't put it on my top 10 of the year or anything like that, but
yeah.
I mean for a mainstream pop female singer, it was really good. Like I
Yeah.
think Lord is way more mature than a lot of like something like let's say like Ariana Grande or
Mm.
of course I mentioned Ariana Grande because of Big Brother, no reason. But like stuff like Ariana Grande, Rebecca Black,
Don't
those.
you dare, but she is not an artist.
What?
Rebecca Black is not an artist.
Well, you know what I mean, though. It's like there's plenty of these like starlet
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like young girls in their early 20s that come out of the pop music scene. But I think Lord's a good one. I do. I'd be interesting to track her career going forward. And I think she
Oh,
put
yeah.
out a really good album. So,
Yeah.
having said that, Weird Al absolutely destroys it. I fucking love this parody.
This song is great. I didn't like it at the beginning, but the build is incredible.
Oh yeah.
This is probably one of the best, one of the most well-built songs that he's done.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it goes from talking about tinfoil as something to put your leftovers in to government conspiracies.
Yes.
And it just builds to that so fucking naturally, and it's like a 3-minute song. It's
So
just
great.
all over the place.
And now it just comes out of nowhere.
And of course, my favorite part of this song by far is the backup singers. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like every time I show the music video to someone, they can't help but sing along when the backup singers come out. They're always like, "Foil,
Yeah.
foil." Oh, such a good song. All right.
The next song is a sports song.
All
Which
right.
is just a parody of football fight songs.
Yeah, you probably can relate to this a lot more than I can because you're in college, and I assume you have a college team. And
I
what?
mean, I go to a liberal arts school, so it's a little bit different. But still, this is one of my favorite songs in the album.
Okay.
It's
I've heard a lot of praise about this song, and I'm not really feeling it, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's funny. I think it works good as a skit. It's a funny idea. I just think as a song, it's very gimmicky.
yeah, it is. I mean, I really really like it though, and I wish it was my
It's not
school's
something
fight
I
song.
put on my iPod. Let's put it at that.
Okay.
Like I can appreciate it in the context of the album. I can appreciate it as a piece of comedy for sure. It is
Yeah.
very funny. It's just talking about just like how much the other team sucks and how much they're gonna rake through the coals and whatnot. But I don't know. Like I said, I just think the gimmick factor of the song kind of turns me off of it a little bit. It doesn't feel like a real song. It feels like a joke, and it is a joke. But
Mm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's not that I dislike the idea. It's just like I said, as an actual song to listen to, it's not up there for me.
Yeah, I
Uh,
want this to be my school's fight song.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the next song is Word Crimes.
Just fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's a really great song. And it's a really good parody as well. Because, I mean, Blurred Lines is a really shitty, shitty song. And he made it incredible.
Yeah, I've actually never heard that song.
Wait, shit.
Probably what?
Keep talking.
Probably,
Sorry.
probably
Okay,
for
there
my
we go.
own benefit because
I'm sorry?
I said I've never heard that song, probably to my own benefit.
It's really not good. It's stupid and misogynistic and just
Oh
stupid.
god. Um, this is just fantastic.
Yeah.
It's basically Weird Al just bitch slapping stupid people.
Yeah.
And oh god, like when he breaks down into like the use of the word literally, and like
Mm.
how like that literally makes me want to stick a crowbar through your stupid head.
Mm.
It's very funny stuff. Very biting. Like in general, I noticed that this album is fairly family friendly throughout, but
Mm.
this is definitely one of the songs that gets a bit more on the harsh side.
Yeah.
But I could definitely respect that because it's like, like kind of, like I went through a phase of like, oh, I'm gonna be a writer before I discovered what YouTube was. And I was like, wait a minute, I can just take all the ideas I have in my head and just talk about them instead of writing them down.
Yeah. Uh,
I'm not necessarily sure if that's the proper career choice for me, but god damn it, writing is hard and I'm sticking with this.
mm.
So but as someone who was very into writing and very into like the form of writing, oh yeah, I can definitely relate to this kind of stuff. Especially like going on the like Twitter has essentially killed the art of communication and the art of like good speaking. Oh god, so very very funny. Very on the nose about about this issue. I love this song. I really do.
Yeah. The next song is My Own Eyes.
Is this a parody of any kind?
It's a style parody of the Foo Fighters.
Oh, okay, okay.
This one's okay.
It's probably my least favorite on the album.
This is probably my second least favorite. I mean, I really don't
I
have
just
a.
don't find anything that memorable about it. I really,
Yeah.
it's like what's even the joke?
It's just weird things that he saw.
Yeah, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really have a thorough line for me. It doesn't really have anything to to hook me in.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've never listened to the. I have a Foo Fighters shirt. I'm sure I've worn the Foo Fighters shirt on air, but I've never listened to the Foo Fighters. It's just a fucking nice shirt that I
Yeah.
have. um, so I wouldn't get the style parody. Yeah, I don't know. I think the song's fairly forgettable. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just kind of meh.
All right, all
Yeah. And the next song is Now That's What I Call Polka,
right.
which is a polka medley including. It didn't. Okay. Oh, haha. The Two Fat Polka, Wrecking Ball, Pumped Up Kicks, Best Song Ever, Gangnam Style, Call Me Maybe, Scream and Shout, Somebody That I Used to Know, Timber, Sexy and I Know It, Thrift Shop, Get Lucky, and Mandatory Polka.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. This is my favorite song on the album.
This.
What?
Tell us how much you love this.
This is my favorite song on the album.
Oh yeah.
Though of course I can say, well, every time I listen to a new Weird Al album, I always pick out the polka and say that it's my favorite polka. But
Right, right.
this might be my second favorite polka,
What's your first favorite?
the Bohemian polka.
What album is that off of?
Oh, it's the one with Weird Al parodying the Jurassic Park logo.
Oh, Alphalooza? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
fucking incredible. It's so great. But this one's really really good as well. I really like the songs that he parodies, and just the way he raps them is really great. The only thing
Oh,
that bothers me is that he seems tired during this. I think a lot of it's because I listened to some of his older polkas like around the same time,
oh,
and I also think it's because the content that he used, where the songs are less bombastic than they were,
right.
like the actual songs that he parodied. But he sounded like more tired. And,
Okay, okay.
yeah, it's still a really great polka though, and I really enjoy it.
There's just a lot of moments on this that I really like.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard the Timber song before, but I really love when it comes in the polka.
Yeah.
And of course Daft Punk. I mean, y'all know I love myself some Daft Punk.
Yeah.
So so, hearing them get parodied definitely a treat.
Yeah.
They are very flattered by it. A lot of fucking Pharrell Williams on this album.
Yeah, there is. It's really a great polka though.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember now that's what I call music?
Oh yeah, they still make them for
I
some
thought
reason.
that was a really funny title, like to
Yeah.
because those things were like so absurd. They come out like twice a year. Like now that's what I call music. 17.
Um.
I think I had 3 and 4. I
Jeez.
distinctly remember that. I had 3 and 4 because my mom bought them, like on a whim.
Huh.
I could not tell you for the life of me what was on them, but
No. Yeah, It's a really great polka. I really like what he does with Wrecking Ball. Um.
well, of course, Wrecking Ball has a history with this channel. So.
Oh yeah. I really liked what he did with Thrift Shop and Sexy and I Know It and Gangnam Style.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I just like the whole thing. Like the whole polka was great.
It just flows together really well. Like
It does.
I've gone back. I've listened to most of his other polkas, and actually, I haven't heard Bohemian Polka though, so
It's great. Oh my god, it is amazing.
um,
It's just him doing Bohemian Rhapsody as a polka. Like straight up, no anything else. It's just I'm covering Bohemian Rhapsody as a polka.
oh god, oh god.
And it's beautiful.
But in terms of the polka melodies are concerned, I definitely think this one. Actually, I really enjoy the one that's on Running with Scissors that starts with the Spice Girls.
That's not Angry White Boy or polka, is it?
No, it's not Angry White Boy. That's off Straight Out Lynchwood.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of good, but this one is. It definitely feels to me like the one that's probably the most overall well put together and
Yeah.
flowing.
Mm.
It just it just feels like it feels like an actual song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it feels like oddly enough, it feels like a cohesive song, even though it's just bits and pieces of all these pop culture songs. So it's very funny.
Mm. Yeah. The next song on this album is Mission Statement, which is a style parody of Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah, this is a very nice song. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think like what exactly are they trying to parody with this again?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
No, I know, but what's the subject matter?
It's I actually really like it because essentially it's not even anything remotely interesting.
Oh,
It's essentially like he took a mission statement from a business and turned it into a song.
oh, okay, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Like, that's the whole point of it, and that's why I like it so much, because of how absurd it is.
Yeah, yeah. The thing I like about this one is that it's got like it's basically a play on the concept of buzzwords. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it is.
"see" and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it's basically kind of telling you like, yeah, these words are pretty much meaningless.
Yeah.
Funny thing about this, when I was listening to this album with my dad, he definitely got perked up when he heard the Crosby, Stills, and Nash influence. Like, he noticed it immediately.
Yeah.
And so, have you heard any Crosby, Stills, Nash?
I don't listen to him a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one I need to check out. They're actually one of two bands off this album, or two artists off this album, that I definitely am making a point to kind of look into, but we'll get into the other one
Okay.
later. But, yeah, it's a good song. I don't necessarily think it's one of the more memorable songs off the album, but I do give Weird Al a lot of props to, for so thoroughly recapturing that band's sound. Even though I've never heard that sound, I certainly know from a credible source that, that's a sound that's captured pretty much perfectly. So, and that's one of the ridiculously cool things about Weird Al, that I'm realizing, like, as a middle schooler, I was fucking stupid. Because, like, Weird Al can do anything. He can take anything and make it his own and make it fucking good, and most of the time, make it better than the original song in the fucking first place.
Oh, yeah.
So, alright. What's the next one we got?
The next song on this album is Inactive, which is a parody of Radioactive by Imagine Dragons.
This is not a band that I like, but it's a band that I have listened to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this song's fucking hilarious. This might just be the strongest parody on the whole album for me.
I would agree. I mean, I absolutely hate Imagine Dragons, but this is a good parody.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I honestly listened to the Imagine Dragons album not knowing anything about them, not knowing that they were like a major fucking pop act, because I don't follow the radio or anything. I listened to their album once on YouTube, because I do like the name Imagine Dragons. I do think that's a band name.
Yeah.
Just they kind of squander it. But, of course, this song, Radioactive, is the first song on that album, and so... And I'm one of those people where it's like, even if I don't like an album, I'll still probably listen to it a couple more times just to see if I get a feel for it. And of course, it wasn't that way with Imagine Dragons at all. But point being, I did listen to this song several times, so I am pretty familiar with it.
Yeah.
And my favorite fucking moment, is when he takes the when he uses the inhaler. Because, like, on the actual song, it's supposed to be a guy giving, like, a deep macho breath.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, and the song itself is just so fucking overblown, It's just, like, this is my emotion, and it's coming out, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, I really love this song. I think it's fun to hear Weird Al fucking attempt shit like dubstep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, God. But, I don't know, it's just, and it basically kind of takes the whole concept of the song and completely flips it on its head. Because I feel like the original song is supposed to be all, like, about, like, going out and doing macho shit. And this, of course, is just fucking,
Yeah.
Actually, the one thing that kind of bothered me is that I felt like the subject matter was pretty much the exact same thing as Couch Potato.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I gotta say, I probably like Couch Potato better as a whole, because that song's, like, fucking insane. But, yeah, but, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's definitely a highlight for me. It's definitely up there with my favorite tracks on this album still.
Yeah. So the next song on this album is First World Problems. which is a style parody of the Pixies.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How familiar are you with the Pixies?
Not horribly, but I've listened to them.
Okay. I went through a big Pixies phase back like when I first got into college.
Mm.
When I first got into college, it was like Pixies and Modest Mouse. Like those were my two jams.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm intimately familiar with the sound of the Pixies. Holy shit, did they nail it? It's amazing how it's like he doesn't parody any one song, but it literally sounds like every Pixies song ever.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the whole structure of it, just how it's like, it goes from quiet to very loud. And then you've got like, oh man, oh it's just a fun time. Honestly though, I don't particularly find the song incredibly memorable in the course of the actual album. I don't know.
Neither do I. It's the least favorite, or
Oh,
my
it's
least
your
favorite.
favorite, really?
Yeah. I just
Oh,
didn't like it.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, I guess for me, like I said, I could very much appreciate the style parody. Like that, it's so fucking spot on. It's ridiculous. Like you had me look up, what was it?
Pancreas. Yeah.
Which is a style parody of Brian Wilson, specifically "Smile."
So great.
And oh my god, because that song, it parody, it literally calls to mind like at least 5 different songs.
This song just encapsulates Smile, and it's great. And it has my favorite line of any song ever. My pancreas attracts every other pancreas in the universe.
Fuck yeah.
That's my favorite goddamn line.
No words have ever been spoken.
It just has this break, and then he just starts. It's great.
Oh god. So so that's what I appreciate most about it. I think Weird Al can kind of be at his most clever when he's doing the style parodies and not just the straight up song parody.
Oh yeah.
It really is fantastic what he's able to do with those and how he's able to just totally encapsulate the spirit of the artist. It's ridiculous. It's like there is just such an insane level of talent with this man. Because it's like a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, he just parodies songs, but it's just like, no, it's like he will take those songs. And a lot of people forget that he's actually fucking playing the instruments too, right?
Well, he has a band.
Oh, does he have a band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Does he play guitar or anything?
I don't know. He plays accordion.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess with his band, it is impressive. Like, it's kind of sad that the fact that he has a band doesn't get much credit because, goddamn, these songs would not be what they were if it weren't for the instrumentation being spot on as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's especially true with this Pixies parody. But all right. But anyways, yeah, that's about all I have to say. I just think it's great in terms of what he's trying to parody, and it accomplishes it in spades.
Oh, this is great.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the lyrics to Pancreas. The next song is Tacky, which is a parody of Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Funny thing about this song. Look.
Nothing.
Funny thing about this song, everyone I've showed this album to, this is like instantly the most recognizable song to them.
Oh yeah, it is.
I've never heard it.
Have you not?
I've somehow avoided it.
You lucky bastard.
That's what I get for not
They
listening.
played it at the Oscars.
What?
They did it at the Oscars.
I didn't watch the Oscars.
Oh. I'm damned.
I was new to show.
No.
And I don't know, I haven't watched the Oscars live in a couple of years now, but but oh yeah. Yeah, but Tacky, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I feel like the appeal is knowing the song and I just don't know the song, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really like this song. Both this and the original.
Oh.
So it's okay. Well, I really like the video.
I agree with that. The
Yeah,
video's great.
just with Kristen Schaal and Jack Black and
Jack Black just showing
yeah,
up, just fucking being all Jack Black.
yeah, yeah. No, it's. I like the video. I don't really like the song, but that's just because I don't like the original. It's nothing against the action, like what he did with it.
But I mean, like, like you don't like Imagine Dragons either. You like Inactive, right?
Yeah, I know, but I mean the even the subject matter was for this song was kind of meh. I mean, it was very fitting with him, but I don't know. I just didn't really like it.
Mm. All right.
Yeah. And finally, we come to the final album, the song of the album. This is Jackson Park Express, which is
The
a
Magic
style,
of this.
which is a yes, a style parody of Cat Stevens.
I've tried to look up Cat Stevens, and like I very much like what I've been hearing so far.
Hmm.
I've not seen any 10-minute epics like this yet, though. Like I'm looking for like a 10-minute epic of his because, oh man, okay, this is probably one of my favorite songs to come along in a number of years. I'll
Yeah.
put it that way. It has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that it's comedy. Like, it is comedy, but I feel like it's definitely got a message to it at the same time.
Oh my god, the
Um,
writing is incredible.
it's absolutely fantastic.
I really love how the entire song is based off of not understanding like
Body
body
language.
language. Yeah.
The entire song, nobody says a word, and yet all these crazy, elaborate fantasies are going through his head. It's like literally like nobody ever speaks. Nobody ever says one thing, and he's very consistent with that.
No, yeah. My
Oh my
favorite part.
god, it's just what talent it took to come up with something like
Oh my
this.
god, yeah. My favorite part is when he's like going, like having like all these poetic things, and then he just says they gave a look that said, "I like your boobs."
It's like right in the middle of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like everything else besides that one line is like uber, like overly poetic.
So great. I like it when he does these 10-minute epics. Like Albuquerque is amazing.
Oh,
That's one of the songs he's on. Trapped in the Drive-Thru is really good as well, but not quite as. Jackson Park Express is definitely right up there with Albuquerque, though.
yeah. I fucking love this song, man. I really do.
Yeah, it's a really
Oh.
great song.
And I mean, I gotta say, like, my fantasies don't get this elaborate, of course, but who hasn't fucking had an experience that's like similar to this?
Oh yeah,
It's like you see a girl and you just get so excited, you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
for whatever reason, she just strikes you, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I know for a fact, I saw a girl on a bus this one time, and this song just very much reminded me of this. Minus the whole, like, I will remove all your skin and wipe over my own skin.
So essentially, the only part that you can relate to.
Not in a creepy way.
But yeah.
But not in a creepy way. But anyways, so with me, it was a girl that walked onto the bus this one time, and she was wearing these like big headphones, like old-fashioned style headphones, and she was just lip syncing the fuck out of whatever she was listening to, and I could tell she was like really into it, and I was just like I want a girl who's that passionate about whatever fucking music, and it's like. I could tell just by the way she was dressed that it wasn't like some bullshit pop stuff that she was listening to. I mean, it could have been, but I don't know. It really struck me, I still remember it. And fucking case in point, Jackson Park, it's like, of course I didn't have fantasies of like, having kids with her and, and all the fucking sick shit that he gets into. But I can very much relate to the whole, like, certain body language. I definitely have that kind of shit when I take college classes. I'm like very, very sensitive about my body language and other people's body language. Not just in terms of like, oh, they like me, but in terms of just like in general. Like I'm
Yeah.
very sensitive about body language in general. So oh god. And I have to say my favorite part of the song. I agree with you. It's fucking fantastic. The whole "I like your boobs" line. It's it's just like it's the perfect place for it.
I just love how it comes out of nowhere.
But I just love I love the moment when it gets like really melodramatic and like she's getting off the bus and he's like pleading for her and he's just like, think of the beautiful children we could have one day. We could raise them at home, school them up the right way. And I love how like the background singers are getting all emotive and he's just like, and protect them from the evils of the world, that trigonometry and prime numbers. And it's like when he says prime numbers, it gets so fucking over the top dramatic with the backup singers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it cracks me up. Prime numbers. Oh god, but it's crazy. It's just like I think this is a great song, not even taking into account like the style parody or the comedy that's inherently in the song. I think it's just a great fucking song. I really do, and I think it's a relatable song.
Yeah.
It's got craziness in it, of course. It's got stuff that, you know, I would hope that most people, it doesn't go through their head. But, you know, at the same time, it's really kind of the perfect Weird Al song for me in a way.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, I love the line. For some reason, I do find the line, "Let me cauterize your tear ducts with an arc welder" to be very romantic. I do. It's kind of a horrifying image, but it's a nice statement.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. Like if I had to make a list of excuse me, of my favorite songs from this year, I mean this is like way up there. Like way up there. Like I am listening to this a lot still. It's easily my favorite song off the album. One of my favorite Weird Al. I'm not going to say it's my all-time favorite Weird Al song, but definitely one of my favorites. And yeah, just a terrific composition. All right, anything else to say about it?
No, it's a really great song. It's about all I have to say. So that was mandatory fun.
That was mandatory fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so overall thoughts about the album?
It's a really great album. Definitely one of his best, and a well-deserved #1 title.
Yeah, very, very cool about that. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I let's see. Mostly the albums I've listened to in full are Bad Hair Day and Running with Scissors. I've not the other ones I've kind of sampled. I do like Poodle Hat a lot.
Yeah.
It. But yeah, I mean, this definitely feels like the most complete package to me. It feels like the one where every song flows into each other in a way that just didn't happen before. Like with Running with Scissors, you'd have stuff like actually I don't know, is this right? Yeah, it's Running with Scissors. You'd have stuff like the Weird Al Show theme song, followed by Jerry Springer, followed by something else, and it's just I know there's no overarching theme to this album at all. If there was, it'd be fucking ridiculous. But by the way, I know that Weird Al said he's done making albums, but this just occurred to me. How fucking amazing would it be if Weird Al just did a straight up rock opera?
That would be incredible.
Oh god. Now I'm sad that Weird Al's not making albums. You want to talk about?
He never said it was out of the question.
Right, sure.
He just said that he thinks it's smarter to focus on YouTube, which it really is.
It is, yeah. It is a very, very smart business approach for him, and I I very much respect his intelligence in that way.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I think it's kind of cool because it means we'll be getting Weird Al material more frequently and not have to wait like 2 or 3 years between albums or even
Oh yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I do hope that he returns to the album format at some point, if only to fucking do a rock opera. Oh my god, like Weird Al fans, like get on him about that. Like that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine the potential that would have. Like holy shit. And you know me, I like to bring everything back to rock operas. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. I think we can both agree it's one of the strongest in his discography. I very much I think this is easily one of the highlight albums of this year so far. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Not even taking into account like the comedy or the parody side of it, just from a straight music standpoint, just from a straight like it's really fucking solid. It's really good.
Yeah.
So all right, and finally, AdvBlueDude, would you like to tease which album we are going to do next time on 21st Century Music?
Next time we're doing Smile.
Yes, the big one of the big
Oh
ones.
yes, yes.
We've referenced it quite a few times. I'd say it's safe to say we've probably made at least one Smile reference per video.
Oh, probably. I have at least, probably.
Yeah.
So, of course,
So,
I've also referenced Van Dyke Parks rather frequently.
oh, God. Now,
Obligatory.
Smile, are we still doing it where you want me to listen to both the Beach Boys version
Yes.
and the
Yeah, I think it'd be better.
I hate you.
I'm sorry, but I mean, the Brian Wilson version's more complete, but the Beach Boys version has some different things and also gives you a bit of insight as to what it was going to be.
Okay, well, you can definitely be the leader on that discussion.
Gladly.
It'll probably be one of those times where I won't have a ton to say.
That's fine.
But yeah, we'll see. It'll be a fun show. It's definitely something we've been building up towards. God, when are we going to get to Pet Sounds? Because I feel like with Pet Sounds, it's like, after Pet Sounds, what the fuck do you do from there?
Smile.
But we're doing Smile before Pet Sounds.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Point Mootlet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about career-wise. After Pet Sounds?
Yeah.
They do the Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
Well, we've got a whole...
Yeah, I know we do.
...thing coming up.
Hold this Sergeant Pepper.
How old is Sergeant Pepper?
About as old as Pet Sounds.
Yeah, they came out around the same year, so yeah. No, actually, Pet Sounds came out 66, Sergeant Pepper came out 67.
I thought Pet Sounds came out 67 as well. Oh yeah, you're right. Pet Sounds did come out first.
Yeah, it came out first.
What if we did them both in the same video?
If we're doing that, then I'm not fucking listening to two versions of Smile.
Well, I mean, this won't be for a while.
Wait, what do you mean? What if we did both of what? Sergeant Pepper and Pet Sounds?
Yes, in the same video.
Oh, okay. That would be great. That would be fucking great. There's a lot to talk about there.
We're still on air, and we should not be discussing this. So next time, tune in for Smile.
Yes. Double the Smile for two different versions. Oh, yes. All right. In the meantime, we hope you've enjoyed this review and whatnot. And, yeah, stay weird, everyone. Stay weird.